I think we're up. I'll leave it here for a minute. Everybody start getting up on the
Yeah.
screen. I'll leave it on the Dynamo Coin game. AMA.
Mm-hmm.
You see, did we ping on YouTube yet?
I'm looking right now.
Excellent. I see it hit Facebook.
Can't get any more subscribers. Huh. Of course, everything is really slow because I'm uploading this giant file. Any more subscribers? Okay, yeah, it's up now.
Excellent. All right. All right.
Let's do it. Where's Pun?
Let's do it. Pun. Let's go, Pun. Our partner in crime is not here right now.
That's right. But the rest of the Dynamo Nation is. So let's do it for the people, Joe. Kick it off.
All right. It's the big show, Crypto Chat Live, to a house of two.
All right.
From a van at the side of the road in Harlem.
Dalis is here. I'm on the side of the road in Harlem. Sean is in Delaware.
Mm-hmm.
Keith is up in the mountains in New York somewhere.
In the mountains.
CDM is here. Hey, hey.
Hey, hey. Right back at you.
So we're going to do today, we're going to just do a quick overview of the market, and then we're going to go straight into the game, start talking about some Dynamo. That's why I have Dynamo Coin Game AMA at the top. Kind of do a little more AMA tonight. But let's see. The markets have shot up. Miraculously, in the world of crypto, like we said the other day, it goes from all fear, the world is ending, to we're headed back to 100,000.
There you go. There's the fear and greed. There's the fear and greed.
What are we at? What does it say today? 27. So we're up like 6-7 points, right? 6. Yeah, 6 points. Not bad. So guys, are we headed straight? This is it. We're headed to 100,000. Is this it? We're done. Going straight up to the moon.
To the moon. At least to the 100,000 level. I tell you, like the market kind of has to get some traction if we're going to see that 100K, right? You know, there's only 90 days of road left, but it's I will offer up to this group that I think it's a very good sign in the face of a lot of negative news in the market this week. So kudos to the market for hanging in there. We didn't see really any panic selling. I wouldn't even use the word capitulation. I would use the word consolidation. I think it's really good for the market overall. So yeah, I think it's a really good sign.
You think this is it, Sean?
Yeah, I think we got all the bad juju out of the system, and we're home free.
It's interesting. You know who Plan B is? He's predicted the last two movements in the market, and he said that this is the last one. We're going to 63 next.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody's predicting that he's the oracle now.
Yeah, I'm on that wagon. Definitely.
He could be the oracle if we get up to 63. That's cool. I'm good with it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what we do have.
And it was pretty broad-based, Joe, right? I mean, we talk about 63, obviously, with reference to Bitcoin. But, man, I tell you, everything was posting green. You know, your Cardano was up like a Spartan today. And Ethereum, we're nearly 10%. So pretty broad-based.
Solana's jumped up. Yep. They were up 16 right now because it's a new day. It's down a little bit. But I think Solana was up the most. They were really catching back up.
Mm-hmm,
I think that one of these talking heads came out and said, you know, we're not out to ban stable coins or something like that. I mean, I don't even know what banning a stable coin would entail, but there was a little bit of positive regulatory news there as well. Yeah, and people largely shrugged off everything that happened in China, right? Like that was basically a non-event. So I think that's very interesting.
But fascinatingly, Sean, like the market took it as such, but on another level, it was kind of a big event. Like that was pretty massive what we saw, yet the market took it in stride and it absorbed all that dislocation that it created. And let's be honest, like we're all investors, and markets typically they loathe uncertainty. And China gave good reason for a lot of uncertainty, but the market really held up brilliantly well, but candidly far better than I anticipated it doing. So I think it's a good sign.
Yeah, what I meant by a non-event was a non-event in terms of price action.
Yeah,
clearly it was one of these things that should have been a shock to the system.
Yeah,
but just ended up.
But after doing a little research, the China ban wasn't exactly just a full-on ban. What it is they're not allowed to go through the exchanges and buy and sell through the exchanges. They can hold their crypto on a wallet, but they have to leave China to buy and sell it and then come back in. So all those millions of people that have Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, they're still having it in their wallets. It's not against the law for them to have it. They just can't trade it.
Right. It's transmission of currency by a third party, basically. So.
Well, and also, guys, let's be honest. One of their favorite pastimes is to bulldoze, mining rigs. So they're also putting a little crimp on the old mining action too.
Yeah,
they're definitely not coming out as very friendly to the entire cryptocurrency.
It could be just Sean's theory is right. They're trying to push it to 25 to let a few more people in.
Well, didn't work.
Yeah.
Hey, they own TikTok. They can control the people through TikTok.
Yeah, true.
They gotta find another way.
Do you want to go into the game stuff, or is it still loading? Sean's loading the game right now.
It is fully uploaded. So yeah, we can definitely talk about that.
All right.
Over here.
Game mode, guys.
I need to load up OBS. Sorry, 1 second.
Loading up OBS.
My virtual camera.
All right. Well, while Sean's doing that, Keith, what's your one buy right now?
Ooh. I tell you, my buy, I'll be very honest with you. My entry, which I missed, was I have been watching your Cardano, and when it dipped under 2, that was my trigger to get in. And unfortunately, I was just asleep at the switch, and I didn't pull the trigger on it. But that was my in. That was my in that I missed. When it got taken out with all the bad news, the baby thrown out with the bathwater, I had my sights on that. So
what I'll look at real quick is HBAR. They had Kevin O'Leary was on CNBC, and he was going over crypto, and he was talking about different cryptocurrencies. And he went to say Bitcoin, Ethereum, and then he stopped himself.
That's
funny. So he didn't want to say HBAR yet, but he must be looking at HBAR.
Yep.
Talking his own book. Yep.
Wait a minute. I gotta buy some more before I.
Yeah. Literally, he said the word H, and then he stopped himself, and then continued talking about something else.
Oh gosh.
What interview? What interview was that on?
It was on CNBC. I'll find it. It's all over. Like everybody's talking about it.
That's funny.
Yeah.
He did more. Yeah.
But I think he knows HBAR. He just probably didn't want to promote it yet. Get a few.
Too late.
Yep.
Yeah. You guys got to look it up. I got to find it somewhere, Dallas. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna switch this over. I'm gonna give the floor to Sean.
Okay.
And let's see. Boop.
I just wanted to quickly give a sense of the scale of this map that I have. This is a game that I built a couple of years ago, 2017 to 2018. Spent about 2 years on it, off and on. I have about 2,000 or 2,500 hours into the development cycle, as well as several other people who had on contract basis helped me to build this. With this game, it was an MMO from the start. It uses some of Unreal Engine's streaming level capabilities, and so you can see here that there are a lot of different pieces of these levels. I'll just load another piece of the level in here real quick. But you can see up in the scale of it, this is 2 kilometers right here. That says 1.98 kilometers. And so if you sort of line it up here, you can see that it's about 16 kilometers square. It's pretty big. The part that I have built out that I'm going to show you is this little bit right here, which takes about 4 or 5 minutes to go across. I did walk across the entire land one time, and it took me about 4 hours in game. So it's pretty big. I'm going to go ahead and start this up. The UI is really half baked. While I'm doing this is pointing to production, so I'm going to log into production. I've deployed a production Amazon server with a database behind it. We have this link, which is posted in all of our forums and everything. This is the itch.io distribution platform that we're using. We still have this, I don't know, code name, Dyna MMO or whatever. But the download, yeah, from a long time ago, right? We definitely got to fix that.
Monday.
But this download will take you to the binary that will connect to production. I have tested it. Yep. So it's a pretty basic interface. There's a username and password. You can log in, or you can register a new account. I've already created a couple of test accounts. Pretty basic interface. There's a username and password. You can log in, or you can register a new account. I've already created. There we go. This screen doesn't really reflect what your character looks like, but the idea is that you'll have several different characters that you can create, much like Warcraft or some of the other things. So basically, you pick the character and press play. There's a loading screen, very basic. And then you jump into the level. And the level is actually very similar because I used a lot of the same assets as the other game. The only thing being this is a different character. I'm going to reintegrate the characters that we had from the other game into this game, so it'll be more familiar. And there's a little town that we have up here. As you can see, it's pretty expansive. And all of this is happening on the server in real time. So if someone else were to be logged in, they would see me running past if they were in the area.
Mm-hmm.
So we have this little town that I've created. None of the lighting is set up. I had there's wheat fields where you could harvest some wheat. There's a couple of houses. Obviously, we need to build out a ton more. There's a blacksmith area here with a forge. So this is kind of some of the ideas about being able to like purchase and unlock some of the stuff here. There's the inn, which is actually the same model as I had used before. So there's the idea of having some patrons in here that might give you quests or other things. There's another little inn here. And then let's see if I can go find. I have a deer stuffed in here as the first NPC that I just quickly made while I was deploying this. I'm not quite sure where it is, but anyway, somewhere around here is a deer. It is telling me the position. Okay. Yeah, try to find it, but
you try to find one deer in 16-kilometer island.
yeah. I know I'm close because all that green stuff scrolling on the side is a debug that's telling me I'm nearby. But again, part of the cool thing about this platform is that if I see the deer, other people are going to see the deer, and if I attack it, other people will see me attack it. And then we can have combat together. To kill it and loot it as a group. Oh, there it is. Okay. So there's the innocent little deer. I don't think that I have the ability to attack it just yet. Let's see. No. I didn't finish that part. So the idea is you'll have some abilities down here that you can click on, or maybe we'll hotkey them or whatever, and then you can kill the deer and loot it.
And we'll just go over here and kill the deer.
Yep. And it does have things like pathfinding, where it'll walk around and patrol an area, or run away from you. It has some basic AI that the NPCs exhibit. So a lot of that stuff is already built. So yeah, this is a huge foundation that we can build upon. I'm going to integrate the wallet next, and then we'll add the ability to buy stuff and earn directly in a fully multiplayer environment. I think that's the cool piece of it.
I like the way you see your hair moving from the wind, and you see the shadows.
Yeah, the physics on the hair on this model is a little wonky, but
it looks cool though. It's like the wind's blowing because you even see the grass moving.
Yeah.
CDM's a fan of the alternate chick blue hair. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, the physics on the hair is not quite right, but yeah, I'm gonna replace these with the other models that I had used in the original thing. And I think it bears noting too that this has, in the last couple weeks. How long have we been doing this? 2 weeks. We've progressed from basically a single player turn-based game.
Mm-hmm.
Right, that was the first concept, where you'd have different levels and different lands, and then we moved into, let's have a single level with action combat, right? So that was kind of last week, and here we are now at the end of the second week, really evolving to a fully social multiplayer platform, a full true MMO. So
yeah, the social thing is the huge piece of it too, right, Sean? I mean, we've talked about this, betting in the social aspect, allowing for group play to effectively, pool mine for Dynamo in the game. That's pretty darn unique. I mean, we haven't seen anything comparative out there in the marketplace yet. So that's going to be the game-changing piece of this.
Yeah, I think that's a huge differentiator for us.
Oh, yeah.
Is a true MMO, 3D immersive, metaverse that allows for earning. I don't think that exists anywhere.
Oh, will the characters be able to send each other Dynamo?
Yep. So in-game trading, of course, just like in something like Warcraft, where you can trade with someone. And you can give them the crown plus 100 gold. You could give them the crown plus whatever Dynamo, or somebody could pay you Dynamo for a piece of cheese or whatever. Absolutely, because each player is associated with a wallet. So basically, a player is a wallet.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That is really cool. You took the words right out of my mouth, Dalis.
But more importantly, we're going to have things like, I envision that, we will have thousands of these houses, right? All these little houses plopped all over the place that you can buy, right? And so you'll be able to find your own special one spot in the land and buy that, or one or more. But like this house, albeit a little bit. Well, actually, this one's pretty well fit out. So, yeah. But like this house, you'll be able to buy, and then only you can go inside and have your own chest with stuff, and it'll probably have some additional perks, like it might have a crafting table that only does special crafting things. It might have the ability to, just like all the other stuff we talked about, plant some fields around it. All those kinds of things that we talked about in the original concept will be here, just that it'll be multiplayer.
That's cool. So Dalis and I could go to Joe's house, right?
Yep.
We could go raid Joe's house, for example, hypothetically.
Raid the fridge. Yep.
And then get out.
Steal all his keys.
So Sean, when are you going to make this available to the community for download, for testing, for playing?
Right now.
as we speak. So
It's
you heard it here first.
It's available. Yep.
All right.
What I'm playing here is available, and I am playing on the production server. So the chat controls, you just press enter and you say hi or whatever, and then all my green debug text is doing it over. But if I say hi, someone else is going to see test 1 said hi, right? And then somebody else creates a character that says test 5, and then they say, okay, test 5 said what's up. You'll see that chat live on the game in production.
Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
That is cool. That is cool. So one of these next live streams, we gotta have like a game.
Yeah, for sure. Well, the combat is like 70-80% done. There was a couple of bugs, and I'm just going through all my notes. I literally spun this up last night, got it working this afternoon, put it into production 20 minutes ago. So it's all, we're kind of working at warp speed here, but
real time, baby, real time.
Yeah. But now that I have this foundation, I can easily integrate in the wallet. I'll integrate in the other characters that I've already created from the first iteration of this whole thing. So like the Maria, the archer, and the sword person, and the necromancer, all those. I'll integrate all those characters, and then we'll probably do another build tomorrow, honestly. So yeah, we could definitely like in a very soon live stream do group combat against the monster and loot it and actually get Dynamo in the game.
That would be amazing. That would be amazing.
Yep.
And if other people have OBS, I don't know if we can. I could bring it up. I think we could bring up to 8 people on this.
Okay. But in the game, you're gonna see the other person.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. So actually, I do. Oh, let me stop that. I have this little screenshot that I took of. I don't know if you could see it. Let's see. Right. So that was me playing on 2 different computers.
Right.
Essentially chatting to myself. Right. Now, because there's only one model, the two players look the same, but you will see 2 players live at the same time.
Yeah, I lowered my mic. I'll bring it up. Sorry. What if one person's computer is slower than the other? Is there a delay response in both people?
No, so I built all the time sync in. It's all the packets are time stamped, and they all it all synchronizes on the server. So all that stuff is already built in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean they might be a little jittery. If they lose packets, like they have like a really crappy internet connection, you might see their model be a little like jittery across the screen, like it jumping a little bit. But I mean that happens with any MMO where it's a crappy connection. So
yeah.
Yep. So you'll see a bunch of characters. So if we do this on a live stream and 5 or 6 people hop in, you'll see 5 or 6 people all standing there, chatting, moving around, turning, attacking, whatever they're doing, jumping, dancing the Macarena, whatever we put in there.
Cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yep.
We should have like a contest, like an esports contest, Joe.
Yes.
Like you versus me, like in a big arena setting, just like battling bad guys.
Well, so let's actually talk a little bit about that.
Pick our bad guys too, because I've been on the website now, and I've started looking up different characters. Maybe contribute. I'll buy a character to put in.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Buy a couple different cool characters to put in there.
Nice.
Yeah, for sure. So one of the developments that we talked about, just like you said, esports, right? It's a great thing. So next week we have a call with a game developer that has a first-person shooter, and they want to do exactly that. They want to use Dynamo to power their game in esports, so that they can award. Right, you pay to enter, and then you and then you know, winner takes all pot basically.
Mm-hmm.
And look, as long as there's no chance involved, it's not gambling. So it's got, as long as it's a game of skill, you're good.
And I like, I like that notion of bolting on the Dynamo Coin cryptocurrency to an existing game, monetizing it in a different way that they're currently unable to do that. And candidly, I like the fact that it's your traditional first-person shooter or classic first-person shooter game. So it's a different genre or style than what we're doing. So I think it shows, versatility, and I'm excited about it. I think that's going to be really awesome. More to come on that story.
Yeah, for sure. I don't want to say anything because obviously, we want to get we want to get the deal in the bag before we do a big announcement. But this is looking really, really positive, and and frankly, I think that's where we want to try to position ourselves. Right, that's our niche, is being the coin of choice for game developers or game integrators to be a play to earn for high end games. Right, not these Web3. Pokemon clone, blah blah blah, right? But really, really cool graphics with an immersive environment, with a game that you want to play just because you want to play it, not because you necessarily want to earn, but you really want to play it. And earning is incidental.
Yeah, and all of them are. They're just HTML games, HTML5 games that you can play on Safari.
Yep.
It's really not high quality.
Splinterlands and Axie and all these things, it's all very simple 2D stuff. So hopefully we can position ourselves as the next generation. And again, I think that the value is in the community. If we get 10,000 eyeballs in our game, well, we can monetize that, right? Like we can say, hey, we'll sell you a billboard in the main town that has your whatever logo or whatever, like. That's some value. So
arenas with scheduled battles would be cool for a community. Yes.
So much opportunity.
I think that's something we could turn the channel into, doing that.
Yeah. I think with this kind of thing, there's so much more opportunity than just the turn. Like with Axie Infinity, I don't know how they would ever do that. Like how could they get 30 players in the same place and do a turn-based tournament? Like that wouldn't be any fun. Like there's that's just not interesting. But if you're your own character in this giant brawl of 10v10 or whatever it is, like that's super cool, right? Like that's a lot of fun. Yeah.
Don't forget the Easter eggs.
Yeah, we got the Easter eggs.
Yes.
Well, look, frankly, this thing has like 1,000 ideas that we could throw at it. We need to get some funding, right? I mean, I can't do this all by myself. We need to get some funding. So
yes, the robot needs a little help sometimes.
Yep.
7. P Tetris for Dynamo. I start trouble now. Is looking so. When you go to Unreal Engine, any of the characters in there, you're going to pick a few, right? And they're going to be from the medieval period.
I'm probably using Daz, actually. So Daz Studio has much higher quality models than Unreal, and the price is not that much different. Okay. Most Daz models you can get an interactive license for. It's ridiculous, $50 or something. I mean, these things take
ridiculously cheap. It's still insanely cheap.
Yeah. Oh yeah, these ones are cheap too. The problem is you end up with a little bit of a Frankenstein game if you pull all marketplace assets, because each artist has their own look and feel to what they're doing. Whereas with Daz Studio, they're all based on this base models. It's called like a Genesis 8 model or a Genesis 2 model. And so then they end up with this similar artistic feeling to them.
Cohesive.
So, yeah, you end up with this cohesive thing. Whereas if you pull all different marketplace assets, you're going to end up with some that are kind of cartoony looking, or some that are kind of Egyptian looking, or you end up with a whole bunch of different. It's just this Frankenstein game.
What I was more curious is, I guess it's a certain coding on the game. It's a certain file. because they're doing a 3D image, so it's not like you could just bring any image in, correct? And you can't like
I can bring any model in because I'm rigging it myself. So I'm just using the polygons and the materials and the whatever. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna tear it all apart. I'm not using their specific thing anyway. So.
Okay, that's what I was curious. It's like going from a JPEG to a PNG file.
No. With a 3D model, you rig it yourself, so it doesn't matter. But I mean, in all honesty, a lot, the funding is going to go towards creating the characters too, right? We should have our own bespoke characters that give our game that look and feel that identifies it as our game, not DAZ, not Unreal Engine, right? Like these are all placeholders that we're just using to get started. We need to invest the time to develop our own characters. Yeah. That costs money. You're going to pay $5,000 to $10,000 per character to get a really nice AAA quality character. So you want to build 50 of those?
Do the math.
Yeah, ain't cheap.
Do the math.
But the payoff is huge. So
yeah. Let's see what else questions. I know I've kind of been going. I've been going through. Okay, could I build one on my own and surprise you?
That would be awesome.
YouTube. You know me, I'll figure out how to make something and do it.
Get in Blender and or you can use Mudbox as a great sculpting tool, but these guys spend like hundreds of hours on these models, and I'm telling you, and then they sell them for $50. It's crazy.
I know. But I guess they're expecting quantity, right? They're selling for quantity.
Yeah, they sell 100 of them for $50 and make $5,000, but still, $5,000 for 200 hours of work. I mean, I don't know. Yeah. In South Korea, it's good, I guess, but over here, not so much.
Yeah, not even in South Korea, I'll tell you that.
Vietnam, maybe.
Yeah. There you go. There you go.
Building a character that looks like The Rock. And we have Sean's head on it. It's like,
oh God.
Like 6'10", running around killing people.
Right. Yeah, we do start to do some of that personification of things to get some identity going, but that's hard without our own artists. We don't want to go too far down that road until we get our own stable of artists. Yeah.
Yep, takes time.
Mm-hmm.
Any questions, guys? I think everybody's kind of just sitting, hanging out, watching.
I can't believe NYPD hasn't rolled up on you yet, Joe.
I know, right? I'm not suspicious at all.
No. Big satellite dish on the roof of your car.
New York. I miss New York. Not the traffic, but
no.
New York.
The live shot of New York City.
Mm-hmm.
On my laptop on the hood. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, that's exciting stuff. There really is exciting stuff. And I know there's a big week lined up for us internally next week. So, yeah, a lot more positive news on the horizon. I know it.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed, guys. They got some good meetings coming up.
Yep. We were really a beehive buzzing with activity this next coming week. It really, a lot of things came together. No guarantees, of course, right? We don't have everything. No ink is dry on the paper, but you got a lot of at bats coming.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully we get a home run.
Yeah. All right. There's no other questions. Just wrap it up.
Let everybody back to their Friday night.
Yeah, Friday night. Go do your thing. Is Puncraft doing a show tonight? Should we tell people to go see Pun?
I don't think he's doing that anymore. I was thinking he should do it on our channel. Maybe we could talk him into doing that. I don't know. He didn't want to have a committed time, I think, is the only thing. But, I don't know.
Good idea. YouTube will take it down. They'll hear a certain song and take it down.
Crypto DJ.
Yeah, we'll flip him some Dynamo to be a DJ for an hour or something.
Pun and Daily show, Vincent.
Sponsored show.
Bring that on.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Awesome.
Cool, guys. Thank you.
All right,
see you on Monday.
Yeah.
Have a great weekend.
Take it easy.